Alright, Marcel is recruiting people for his fraternity. He bought a frat house or something. Let's check it out.
Hi there. Welcome to Peacemaker Society.
This might be an old video. I think it is, but he recently uploaded this.
Community Change Fraternity House, as well as our first ever Community Help Center. My name is Marcel.
Because he looks younger here. I could be wrong, though. Maybe he just, like, got a clean shave. I don't know.
Family Bissett. I'm one of the founding members, current signatory to Peacemaker Society, as well as the Chief Justice and signatory to our law firm.
Chief Justice of the law firm. That's a real thing.
I'm not name dropping, just within that it's relevant to a lot of the things we're doing. The purpose of this right now, though, is we're launching our fraternity house as well as our pledge recruiting drive. So within that, if you just look right here, this is just showing basically some of the things that we're going to be having.
No, he's still recruiting for this. Like, he posted this August 24th, and he's saying, in this video, we'll give you a tour of Peacemaker Society Fraternity House. We ran this program, and it'll be up again globally. Okay, no, so this is an old video. He tried to do this, and it failed, and he's saying, we're going to try again. Apply now to start a fraternity house in your area. Yes, you must get your own society first. He's trying to Project Mayhem himself as Tyler Durden. He wants to start up fight clubs all around the country. That's a great idea.
Here. So this is going to be our management office.
Speedy Yoshi says some frats already have illegal, humiliating, traumatic hazing stuff. How much you want to bet that this frat's hazing would be the most traumatic stuff ever if it took off? Yeah, it'd be bad.
Boardroom, clothing storage that we're going to be distributing to the homeless and just people in need. We're going to have our unalienable rights patrol, as well as it'll be our building security, it's our private security. We'll be setting up a free...
Your rights patrol? This just sounds like a gang with extra steps. Mr. Bits message. Blacker White says it should be noted that Lewis Carroll being a pedo is just an allegation. There's no concrete evidence. That's important. Thank you. Daddy Sume with a link. Costco is now selling ginormous 3-pound lobster claws in some stores. I just got a Costco membership. That's a very large sea bug hand. I'm not the big... I like lobster or crab or any shellfish, really, in stuff. Like, if you make me lobster mac and cheese, for sure, or some other pasta, or in some other dish. I like lobster and crab and shellfish. But I can't just sit there and eat lobster or crab or whatever on its own. It's too much.
Greenhouse as soon as it gets a little bit warmer outside. There will be...
I don't like fish, but I do like shellfish. I don't know how common that is.
Laundry facilities here. Staff housing will be coming very soon. As I mentioned, the Unalienable Rights Patrol, Public Awareness Team. This is going to be our online presence headquarters. And then these are other things that we'll be adding. But right away, we do have the advocacy one-on-one support up. So that's kind of our form and function of what we're doing here. So now I'm just going to walk you through exactly the other stations. So when people first come in, if they're visiting, or if you're a pledge and you arrive, you actually just, of course, take off your shoes, and if you have a jacket in that, this is our station where our host slash greeter, as well as our live answer admin team, which just means you answer calls from the public and direct them how to get this package or more involved with our programs. Some other things you guys are going to love. We're looking primarily 25 and under. If you're in elementary, high school, university, college, or even if you're not in school.
You're recruiting elementary school-aged children into your fraternity? What? You know, we weren't gonna let little Timmy in, but you have not seen anyone do a keg stand until you've seen Timmy do it. Am I right, Timmy? And camera cuts and Timmy's passed out, vomiting in the corner. Alpaca Sent with 30 bits says, Gordon Ramsay's Lobster BLT. I'm not familiar. Speedy Yoshi says, hey, you know the biggest pain in the ass was finding 150 pounds of margarita mix. Ivy, I told you to get a Costco card, and I told you, Riddler, I only go there once a year, so it doesn't pay for itself, Chief.
But you're 25 or under and passionate about changing the world, become a pledge, get involved, send us an email with just a resume, a write-up, or a video where you just tell us about yourself so we can see your personality and just let us know why we should accept you as a pledge. And if you do well as a pledge...
Am I Marcel's #1 fan? Unironically, do I follow Marcel more closely than any other human being on Earth in terms of viewing his videos and giving a shit about his content? Because I've never seen anyone else cover Marcel as much as I do. Huh. Dr. White says, well, he is a judge, Hannah. He just found some obscure law to convince them. Tucker says, yeah, probably. That's a shame.
You're going to get to have a long-term future making 6 figures plus. You're going to get to learn how world markets and money work in a way that helps community and the people around you instead of hurting them. Within that, there are some people in the world that use money correctly now. But anyway, this is the actual package we're distributing to the world. This is our Your Freedom, Your Way How To Rights package. We have inventory in, so this is how we're able to actually fund a lot of what we do, get it done quickly, as well as we have some banks and bankers that are working with us that are looking at probably depositing some money going forward in that as well. I'm not going to say too much about it till it's actually in the banks, but either way we can fund ourselves in a few weeks anyway. So that's why we're starting our new recruit / pledge drive.
I feel like no, that wouldn't really make sense as a meme. Some sort of before and after meme where it's this clean cut, like you know, well put together Marcel on one side, like the before, and then the afters. Him screaming in that cape that he wore in that video about how he's an emperor and he's gonna rule us all. Speedy Yoshi says, Marcel opens his eyes after a snowstorm. He hears, I am your #1 fan. He looks up and sees Hannah standing over him. I'm your #1 fan. I'd watch, you know, if someone wants to remake Misery.
We're looking for pledges for this fraternity to just basically come and help do work in the community, really learn your rights, and really empower young people to lead in the future.
Oh yeah, his thing is an MLM.
A lot of people, by the time they hit 30, 40, 50, 60...
It's just also an MLM that you have to spend thousands of dollars to get into, which is a really bad strategy for an MLM. You want to slowly suck money out, and I'm not telling you to do this. MLMs are scummy, and they're bad, and they should be banned. But if you are trying to run a MLM because you do not care about other people and because you're a terrible person, you don't say to them, give me $10,000 today and you can be part of the MLM. You're not going to get anyone that way. You're preying on the desperate. So what you say is, well, give me $50 or $10 or $100 or we'll give you your first kit for free. And then have them do orders every month, a minimum order that they have to make for like 50 or $100 or whatever. Which is a lot of money to a lot of people, and that way you get a lot of people who are financially taking advantage of that you're making money off of. It's a terrible scam to say to someone, give me $5,000 or $10,000 today and you can be part of the program, because even gullible people don't typically just hand over $5,000 or $10,000 to someone for something like this. Like, people don't do that.
They're too entrenched, they have too much to lose, so really it's going to be up to young people. So these fraternity houses we're setting up worldwide that are our community help centers for that area, they're really there to jumpstart having young people run the governance of what's going to change the world. And we've proven it, now we just want to put it in your hands, so come pledge.
I wonder how Marcel feels about that person who's claiming they're the, like, new leader of Canada. Was she calling herself the Queen of Canada? What is that person's channel? Chrissy says, unless you're Peter. True. Yeah, this person was claiming she's like the Queen of Canada and makes videos about stuff. she seems similarly has delusions of grandeur to Marcel. The only thing is she actually has a little bit of a following, because for her it's like a QAnon thing. QAnon people are quite gullible. So I wonder if he's seen those videos and how he feels about it, considering he's a Canadian citizen and his goal is to take over the Canadian government and the world.
Peacemaker Society at outlook.com, or go to our website, which is www.peacemakersociety.org. And again, I'm sure our editing department will throw that up on the screen there. That's
the editing department.
fantastic. So when people arrive, one of the stations is here, so you're live answering phone calls, directing them to get the package or to our programs. Some of our other programs, we're launching no-kill animal sanctuaries that are permanent, where we can take all overflow from kill shelters, free nanny services, free babysitting, free shuttles, things like that that right now cost people a lot of money. And
Cool Cat says, Hannah, he's not a Canadian citizen, he's a sovereign citizen. Sure he is.
It's going to take the strain off individuals and families. So within that, they would greet you, take your coat, hang it up in the closet. This is kind of a chill out area. If we're having a meeting of like a small meeting, 5 or 6 people, we just have it here. We have a couch. We do have a TV with internet and stuff and cable, although most of the time we're not using it because we're working. This turns into a workstation. So we have 1, 2, and then we can have up to 3 here.
Like
we just have a table here that can slide out. But of course, when we don't need to.
Oh yeah, there was a number on the door too. This isn't a frat house, this is an apartment. Did Marcel just tell people, like, come to our frat house and it's just the apartment he lived at with a roommate? You can't turn your apartment into a frat house, Marcel. That's not how that works. It's an apartment. How many people do you expect to fit in here? You're already living there, Marcel, and there appears to be a guy or a gal, maybe, at a desk in the background who probably lives there. How many people are you gonna put there? The Dynamite Jellyfish says, do not tell Peter about the Queen of Canada. He might fall for it. Oh, I'm sure he's already heard.
To use it, just gets tucked away. We run our entire organization right now, not including salaries, but just our infrastructure worldwide and in Winnipeg for $1,050 a month. It's $35 a day, and we get a lot of big jobs done. So our dollar spent to impact is huge. So even though some of this seems a little humble, I'm just going to show this movie I love, not to plug the movie necessarily.
The Social Network? That's a good movie. I own that movie. On Blu-ray. I'm a little better than Marcel. Sorry, Mars. Mars. I've never called him Mars ever. And that's not even a nickname for people with the name Marcel. Marcel, get a Blu-ray player.
But what
Mitchell
they talk
Drummer, thanks for 13 months. Says, I've been a Stana for over a year now? Thank you. Here's to many more anniversaries.
The Social Network, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it if you're going to pledge for.
You know, Mars. That's the thing humans call each other, right? What's up, Mars?
For us and with us, it just shows how.
Trying to one-up someone over physical media? Sad. You're sad. I love physical media. It's something I collect. Streaming is more convenient, though. But I really, really like having physical media.
They use more residential atmosphere to get a lot of work done, and that's how Facebook was launched. So if it's good enough for Facebook, we're not going to argue with something that became $1 billion. So within that, that's why we're set up this way, and it allows a more relaxed atmosphere. So if you keep coming this way, this is our office manager desk. Right now, Gerald is here typing away.
Hi, Gerald.
Hello. Wonderful. And then also just a little bit of an eating area for staff. If they bring a lunch, anything like that, of course, they're welcome to.
This is an eating area for staff. This is clearly your apartment kitchen. What are you talking about?
And then the office manager has their personal assistant. Both the office manager.
They just have a desk that's a table in the kitchen. This is amazing.
Manager and this desk are live answer admin stations as well in the next week or two. Again, we're
More fisheye lens. That's a great directorial choice.
still just finishing getting the last bits of things that we need. This is our society symbol. We also invested in a full color pro kind of printer a few weeks back for the production of our manuals. So we have that now. That's the other one.
Guys, they have a printer in the kitchen. They're halfway to being Facebook. I'll stop chewing, sorry. Dynamite Jellyfish says, is this the guy Mr. Clean less is this guy the Mr. Clean's less successful brother trying to do a scam poorly? Nick says, in response to that, Nick says, Mr. Money Launderer.
These are some of the things that we've done. We've been in the Winnipeg Free Press, we've been in the Sun, the Uniter, just some things that we've been recognized through an article that we have published. And then if we just keep coming through this way, right now this is just for example purposes, this can be a nice red velvet rope pretty soon.
This feels like something Michael Scott would do. This feels like the Michael Scott Paper Company, but less competent. Two Man says they don't even have an eco-tank printer. Sad. I don't even know what that means.
But the office manager basically controls who has access to our sales manager. So if you just step through, right now it's
So to the right, it looks like there's the bathroom.
empty. But if you come on in here, this is going to be the office manager against.
Look! My bed wouldn't even fit in that room! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! Oh, Marcel, it's your apartment!
A little bit humble right now. We're going to repaint. We're just in the process of moving in, as I said. It's a little bit echoey in here, so let's step back on out of here. But this is the sales manager. If you pan to the left here, I won't step in there, but this is the actual washroom. It's a washroom. And then as we step back,
You know, like all business centers have a shower.
back here, you're going to see.
Yes! Ah, yes. I see you're doing business here. You have a map of the world on the wall. We are a business. Doing business. We are a business. Thank you, Marcel. This is the best. Dynamite Jellyfish says, so this is what happened to the monorail guy from The Simpsons. To be clear, monorail guy from The Simpsons successfully conned an entire city. Marcel is not capable of that. Cool Cat says, that's not a map, it's the goal. Prestige! Worldwide, wide, wide, wide.
Where we're spreading worldwide. Our jurisdiction does extend worldwide because we are a voluntary association and we're under natural law, but we're consistent and in harmony with corporate law and common law as well. If you don't know what that means, just start studying our videos.
Felix Night Owl says, is this Saturday Night Live? Probably not. It's making me laugh.
If you're going to be pledging, just YouTube, Peacemaker Society, whole bunch come up, just start watching them, you'll get the hang of it. This is where our Unalienable Rights Patrol will be as well as some security.
The Inalienable Rights Patrol gets the hallway, obviously. Hydrate. Okay.
So they monitor the rope in the back door. And then this is my actual office.
It's your... Marcel, this is your bedroom, I assume.
Which generally, if people need access, they can have access, but we have a lot going on, so I need to focus a lot of the time. Or if there just needs to be a quiet space that, you know, two people need to talk, this will be available.
Oh no! Did he legit rent? Either he has a separate bedroom from his office, which seems non-economical when he's making some of these imaginary followers he planned on getting sit in the hall. So either this is his apartment that he legit was living in, and then he moved out and decided to turn it into an office until his lease expired, which is possible. or he's living here and he has a separate bedroom.
For that as well. I'll be here some of the time, but not all the time.
I'm also pretty sure you're not supposed to run a business from I guess you can work from home at an apartment, but like if you're having employees come in, or whatever you want to call them, I'm sure he would say they're not employees, they're voluntary, whatever. But I don't think you're supposed to really run like a non-profit from an apartment either. Like, zoning laws are a thing. I mean, I guess that more has to do with where you can build businesses and stuff. But like, I don't know if you're supposed to run a thing like this out of an apartment. I certainly don't think the apartment building would be happy about it.
We are as well going...
Like, if you want to rent office space, you need to rent office space, not an apartment building.
...to be doing a live feed on the internet. So
Ian J. Cooper says if he's in Canada, you have to have permits and shit. He doesn't believe in permits. He doesn't think the Canadian government has power over him, so...
So you can actually tune in to this fraternity house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
This fraternity apartment.
Or whatever hours we have set up, but we are working towards the 24/7. Should be there within about a month. And as soon as it's up in any capacity...
He's making it sound like by calling it a fraternity, it's like he's trying to make it sound fun, when clearly this is like an office that he's setting up. He's like, come work for me for free, guys. In fact, you pay me to come and work with me. But it's a fraternity, guys. It'll be fun. It's like a party. Felix Night Owl says he's a Chief Justice, Hannah. Come on, zoning laws don't apply. I forgot. That's my bad.
You can watch live. You can see how we do this. So if you're in another city, you can be excited. And all we have to do to open your city is rent the main floor of a house or a house, and with the kind of funding we're getting, we're going to be able to accept pledges from around the world. So even if you're not in Winnipeg, do send your pledges, but for the next 2 weeks to a month, we're end of February, so for the month of March, we're really looking to focus on Winnipeg. Again, at any level, 25 or under, get in touch with us. And if you're anywhere else in the world, you have a month to get your tape ready or to get in touch with us, because we'll be going to all the other cities shortly thereafter as fast as we can. And just keep calling or emailing.
I don't even think Marcel was under 25 in this video. Why does he only want 25 and under? That's so weird. Daddy Sume says, no, Hannah, he's turning it into a voyeur camboy service.
And asking if we're there yet, and we'll let you know as soon as we are. We also announce everything on Facebook. Sometimes people get in touch with us and we haven't been able to get back to them one-on-one. We do updates all the time on our social media, and we're just growing so quickly. Within that though, once we're properly staffed here, we're going to have our live answer men all the time. We already have the program set up, so we're in the final stages. So let's go ahead and step back on out of here, and then we're going to take you down in the basement. So with this location...
We thought this would be a beautiful place to murder you once you get here and I get mad at you. Let's see where we're gonna put the cage for humans. Daddy Sume says, even more powerful Joe Exotic vibes now. I feel like I'm watching the Blair Witch Project. What is this? Are we sure Are we sure Andy Kaufman really died? Did he fake his death and then make wait for decades to become this new brilliant character, Marcel Bissett? Because this is like the funniest video I've seen in a long time. It's just perfect.
We're not releasing the address publicly. The people who work with us will obviously know where it is. We're doing that primarily because...
This is our basement. You don't get to know where it is.
Because we are challenging the existing system in a lot of ways. And beyond that, just for efficiency, if the whole public showed up at the door...
This feels like an Al-Qaeda video! He just needs a couple other white guys behind him, like holding guns or something.
we'd be reactive in trying to accommodate instead of proactive. And our systems rely on us being proactive. So for right now, that's the system we're using. Once we get the temporary housing up, the second part to this program, that will be completely public and people will have access to that and know where that is, of course. If you do need to reach us though, or have complaints or concerns, or just are happy and want to give or whatever, our headquarters, our worldwide governance headquarters is 18th floor, 201 Portage Avenue, Winnipeg, Manitoba, general delivery. Phone number, area code 204-926-85.
This is an old video, so don't, for one thing, even if it wasn't an old video, never ever contact Marcel or attempt to contact him, for fuck's sake. It's like rule number 1 of this kind of thing. Keep your hands and legs inside the stream at all times, okay? Look, don't touch. But secondly, this is an old video anyway, so I guarantee he does not rent that apartment anymore, and that's probably not his phone number. So leave it be.
Bye.
Nick says, all QA'd.
8. We are accountable, but within doing this, the system does a lot of things that break the law right now. So if you're setting things up or just working with us, we do what we need to protect the privacy from people being acted on unlawfully. So this is going to be our staging area where we have our community food.
This is the slab where I put my victims after I've sedated them. What is this? Felix Hole says, so do you think he grifts well enough with this BS to make an above average living? How well off do you think he is? I think he gets some money from this. I'm sure he tricks people occasionally, which is why I think he puts the money up so high, because he's not good enough to get consistent tiny donations. I think he has to go for like every 6 months. He probably gets one person to give him a couple $1,000 or whatever. And maybe I'm being generous. I don't know. But this is my opinion. This is alleged. I don't know this to be a fact. Based on the fact that he now lives out kind of in the middle of nowhere, he's admitted to previously selling drugs in some of his videos, and how he has been arrested for selling drugs. It would not surprise me if Marcel's main source of income was growing and selling weed, which is fine. I'm pretty sure that's legal in Canada, though I doubt he would have any of the certification I'm sure the province or whatever needs. I assume they would have regulations and stuff, and I'm sure he wouldn't be following them, probably, in my opinion. And I'm sure he wouldn't be paying taxes on that either, because he claims he never pays taxes. So, if I had to guess, I would say he probably makes money selling drugs. H. Baird says, maybe Marcel started as a Poe, but got too far into the character, and he never found his way back to reality.
Food program, public awareness, team binders.
The creepy... You guys can hear the little girl singing thing in the background, right? Okay, just wanted...
Be adding shelves all through here as far as extra equipment. Our advocacy patrols will have audio and video on them at all times, so they're always accountable.
You should have walked in that corner and there's just someone there, like, standing in the corner, like Blair Witch Project. What is this? Hydrate. What kind of expert equipment? He's probably talking about self-defense equipment. Let's call it that.
Accountable for how they interact with the public, and it's also proof if ever police
I'm in.
Or anything do anything unlawful to any of our patrols, which are really there to supervise the governance.
There's a hole in the wall! Like, beyond this creepy doorway, there's a hole in the wall.
System more than the people. We're there to stand up for the people. We're not there watching what you guys are doing. Unless someone's causing harm in a major way, obviously.
Why is Marcel in a murder basement? He's selling us on joining his fraternity, duh.
But other than that, we're there to pretty much follow around parking authority, follow around the downtown biz. We're going to have patrols that supervise anything that the cadets are doing. The Winnipeg Police in Winnipeg, if you're not from here, they have a junior cadet kind of squad that really, they're not well versed in law, but they help out with a lot of stuff. And for a lot of what I see, they do a lot of helpful things with traffic. I'm not picking on them. But the mechanisms of the system, it's incorrect contracting and they commit fraud. So we're just going to supervise and bill, but we're not not
Do
going to
you want to
interfere.
play
We're
a
just going to
game?
act as an advocate for time being, and we'll just leave it at that for now. So if you keep coming on, it looks like a bit of a dungeon right now. We're going to be adding some basic flooring and stuff. This area here, we're going to be adding some more shelving. This is going to be where some of our food storage is, and then we're
And if you displease me, you will stand in here for 48 hours.
also adding obviously more shelving in the other area there. If you come over here, I'm kind of short, I'm only 5'7". Can you even see over here? Yeah, you're okay? Okay, so up to about 6 feet will be okay down here. Over here it's a little bit taller. So with it, we're making a boardroom here. This is where our meetings will be.
Welcome to the boardroom, everyone! Sinosaurus says big air quotes, fraternity. Marcel is gonna pull a Miss Trunchbull.
And then it was suggested, which is probably what we'll do, put a few lockers here, maybe a TV, a few things. So this will be where overflow and in-between shifts for our advocate patrol will happen. So I'm going to step into the light just a little bit here. So within that, we expect within about 2 to 4 months to have more advocate patrol people on the street 24 hours a day in Winnipeg than there are police on the street.
Again, it just sounds like you want to start a gang. Killjoy says peacemaker sex dungeon.
Hi there, pledges. So you've had a tour of our
Oh, this is like an intro video.
fraternity house, our community change fraternity house. I want to explain a little bit about the
And over here is where the chokey will be.
levels. So for anyone that's in elementary school, they're not really going to be coming to the fraternity house. They'll be involved more in educational stuff and fun community-based, family-based activities that include them and their family. For anyone in high school, college, university, or who's just 25 or under, who is passionate and wants to come out, help out and try out as a pledge, and just learn every awesome thing pretty much in the world. Just on the coolness factor, basically through this journey and what you get to learn, even if you just study our stuff.
Where's the plastic sheeting and the saran wrap? Marcel does not have the precision of Dexter Morgan. You should not expect that from him. Nick says, nothing cooler than a middle-aged guy in a sex dungeon.
But especially if you become a pledge and you get accepted
Train.
and approved. I've learned how to become non-taxable. I've learned
No, you haven't. You're just avoiding paying your taxes. Illegally.
how to be lawful to smoke, grow, and sell pot. I've
I mean, now it's legal in Canada, so.
learned how to go after police security bonds.
These are the places you see in porn. What porn are you watching? Ugh. He looks like a dollar store Lex Luthor.
I've learned how to set up unincorporated trusts for banks, and now bankers love me and sit down with me, and bank managers and are just fantastic to me. Instead of when I was younger, no one would even talk to me. And the only difference is the stuff that I've learned that we're going to teach you. This is your power, your rights, and we're sharing it with the world anyway, but right now, we are the front lines. We need people in the front lines doing the work
Looney
that's
store
going to make
Lex
the difference,
Luthor.
and that's you, our pledges. So if you come, you pledge, and you care more about community than yourself, if you're willing to work a 12-hour day, if that's what it takes to feed somebody.
Boo! Okay, guys, we're gonna join Marcel's. We're all gonna join Marcel's fraternity, and then we're gonna unionize. No more 12-hour work days.
If you can just
And we want dental.
answer a phone.
Oh, wait, it's Canada. Is dental covered in Canada? I forgot it's a country that has a functional medical system.
If you're
Daddy Sume says, feed somebody. That somebody is me.
someone who you're strong and you want to protect, you can be on our patrol.
Dental is not covered. Okay, Marcel, we want dental. 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 It's hard to start a chant when you're the only person in the room.
Patrols. If you're loving towards children, you can
Dental. 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 Thank you. I love her.
You can be a part of our nanny program or our babysitting program, so families are healthier. If you love food, you can help out.
And Nick says, Lisa needs braces. Inga Leonora says, bits for the hype train. Hey, Hannah in chat. Thank you.
In our free food organic greenhouses that we're opening. If you love animals, you can help out in our permanent no-kill animal sanctuaries. So my point being is, we're on.
Remember when Marcel tore down the beaver dam multiple times on his property without, you know, actually contacting any sort of animal? I don't know if animal control is the right thing. Basically, we watched a video a while back where Marcel on his property was finding beaver dams in the rivers on his property, or near his property. I don't know if he actually owned the land. I don't know. And someone in the chat basically told me, like, hey, if this is a thing, you're supposed to call such and such service in Canada, and they'll move the beaver for you to get them to a different area that's safer for them, that won't interrupt sort of the area that you live in, because, you know, beaver dams can flood areas. I mean, they're important for nature, right? Wetlands and stuff, a lot of them form because of beavers and beaver dams and stuff. It's cool. But, you know, people have property and they don't necessarily want, you know, their property to get flooded because a beaver moved in. So you can call, I guess, a service in Canada and have them come and move the beaver to a place that's, you know, doesn't have people around that are going to bother them or whatever. And Marcel didn't do that. He just multiple times destroyed the beaver dam that the beaver made with his bare hands. I mean, he had a stick, but then eventually he just started using his hands, and it's like, I don't know beaver things, but I'm sure beavers have diseases. Don't just tear apart the beaver dam. Daddy Sume says beaver dam is what my sister calls her diaphragm.
Cutting edge, and we're going to teach you how to have everything you need in resources, which is far more than just money.
Citisaurus with 200 bits says, bits for that face. Thanks.
But to really be able to impact yourself, those you love, your community, and run it, where you're the boss. And as long as you cause no harm, knowing.
Iron Q-Bolt spends channel points to time out Daddy Sume. That's what happens.
Can get in your way. So the party's here. It's at the frat house. Anyone
sounds like a great party, Marcel,
who is just passionate, who's sick of how things are, you're right, and you should be sick of it. So get your butt in gear. Email us, go to our website, let us know who you are so that we can see your heart, why you want to get involved, and just tell us why you're cool and awesome so we can just invite you to the party. Come to the party, be excited. When I was, like, I'm 34 now, so I'm getting a little bit old by teenager standards, but when I was 15, 16...
Why do you want to hang out with a bunch of 25-year-olds then, Marcel? Isn't that weird?
I was so upset. You know, I love my family. It wasn't even about that, but just the way the world is, and no one's doing anything about it, and it's deliberate. There are people with a lot of money who want things how they are, and what they don't want is young people in power. That's why they tell old people, don't take them seriously, and all that crap. We have a young girl named Cassie. Her dad just gifted our society his whole music collection, and she has a song called Rise that you can actually check out on YouTube. In fact, I'm going to ask our editing department, you've been listening to it in the
Oh no, it's the song we're listening to.
Background actually, and maybe we'll even include the video at the end of this, which would be really nice.
Oh no.
Within that, she's 8, and that song is so powerful, and it's from her heart and mind. So when I was 5 and 6, I just want to make my...
Can we call the horny police and send Daddy Sume to horny jail? Horny jail is a terrible idea because it just collects all the horny people and puts them in a cage together, and honestly, I think that's what they want.
Family better. I didn't know what all the problems were, but I knew Mom and Dad were grumpy and we weren't spending all the time together I wanted. Stuff like that. So, you know, your brothers, your sisters...
You thought Marcel was over 40? This is an old video. He just re-uploaded it last week.
Your dad.
To his Rumble page because his YouTube got taken down.
They're depending on you coming to pledge. And if for some reason you're just not into joining things, study our info and go start your own thing and be your own boss. No problem. Anyway, we're accepting pledges right now. Winnipeg, the month
Morax says, I was about to ask what this music was. Guess Marcel beat me to it.
March. Pledge, pledge, pledge. We need you
right.
right.
Now he's just begging for
anyway,
money.
What it's like to be home. Some of it might be a little humiliating or embarrassing, but it's in a good way. Nothing that causes harm, so anything that's extreme that you might associate with fraternities, that's not what we're doing. We're a community change fraternity. With basically, we're going to teach you how to be solid within yourself, which makes you solid for your family, your community, and your trust circles.
I want to know what Marcel deems to be an appropriate level of like harm and embarrassment to inflict upon these people.
And within that, you still get to have a great time. I smoke a 1/4 ounce of weed a day.
Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. A 1/4 ounce? Give me a sec. Per day? One sec. Oh my god. I don't know if I can show weed on stream, so I'm not going to. A 1/4 ounce. Oh my god. That's a lot of weed per day. That's too much weed. Oh man. That's so much weed. The Dynamite Jellyfish says, how does Marcel afford all this stuff? He has land, an apartment that's supposed to be a frat. What is his job? I talked about it earlier, but I think... in my opinion, he might grow and sell marijuana. I don't know that to be a fact. This is just something that I think might be true based on context clues. D-Zug says, hey Marcel, I already know how to be solid within myself. Solid within myself, if you know what I mean. Ugh.
If you're not into 420, that's fine, whatever, as long as you're not causing harm, you have the right. Life is a party. Come join the party at our fraternity. We're going to wait for your pledge application, and as long as you're awesome, we will get back to you. And if we don't call you the first time, keep pledging, because this is not going to stop now. This is a snowball. We're rolling down a big hill. Come join the snowball and join the party. Thank you so much, Marcel, the Family Bassett, Peacemaker Society. You know, we've done it. Come to the party. We're waiting for your pledge. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, no. I'm not watching the music video. That kid does not deserve to be affiliated with this. He has a full-on... again, I don't know if I can show this, so I'm not going to, but he shows how to make, like, an aqua lung, which is a drug thing, if you don't know. Yeah, he's been posting a ton of old stuff lately. So, that's fun.